Like, you are not who you used to be, but you are not who you want to be. But you look over and you realize you still got a long way to go. That's being in the middle. You have to be okay with being in the middle. You have to be okay with being in the middle. Like, for real, you have to be okay with that. So let me tell y'all, I was listening to a podcast. The podcast was titled It Happens in the Middle. The speaker was Robert Madu. I believe he's a pastor. I'll be listening to podcast on Spotify. So you can look it up. It Happens in the Middle, Robert Madu, Social Dallas Podcast. Social Dallas Network, podcast network. So, and in that podcast, he talks about, he said, it is so uncomfortable being in the middle. A lot of our walk with the Lord, much of our journey will be lived out in the uncomfortable middle. In the place where you understand you are not who you used to be, you are not who you will be, but you are wrestling with the middle. The middle seat is life. So he may not have said it like that, but that's basically what as he was talking, I'm taking notes and I'm thinking, and I'm like, and he got me thinking, and it gave me the motivation that I needed. Cause right now I feel like I'm in the middle. Like, I'm in the middle. Like, I feel like a lot of us in life can relate to that, being in the middle. Like, you are not who you used to be, but you are not who you want to be. But you look over and you realize you still got a long way to go. That's being in the middle. You are not who you used to be, but you look over and you realize you have a long way to go. That's being in the middle. God hears our cries. He even hears the cries that we cannot articulate into words. It seems so much easier to go back to what's familiar when you're stuck in the middle of it. It seems so much easier, to go back to the people, the environments, and the situations and the habits when you're stuck in the middle of it, when you're walking away, when you're trying to change. In my head, that's the middle of it. When you're going through that progress of going in a new direction and you're trying to leave those things behind, it's so much easier to go back to what's familiar when you're stuck in the middle of it. But God wants you to keep walking. But God wants you to keep walking by faith. God wants you to keep walking forward and not go back by faith. Do not go back. No matter how much your ex, no matter how much toxic friends or whatever it is, no matter how much, if you're not supposed to be talking to them, or if they don't bring any good into your life and it's nothing but negativity, nothing positive, nothing good, nothing worth living, what I'm trying to say. If you know who that person is, no matter how much they text you, call you, you cannot go back. Do not go back. I know that lifestyle seems like it was better. That lifestyle, partying every weekend, getting drunk, having fun, Casamigos on Julio, in the section with a little hookah, with doing a little diddy bop, maybe not a diddy bop, let me not say that. Hold on, let me not say that. I ain't doing no diddy bopping. Hold on. That's not somebody I want to compare myself to. I'll just say, don't go back. You can't go back to that. There is greater in front of you than what was behind you or is behind you. Don't let the devil or the enemy romanticize what slavery was. It seems like it was better because you are distant from it. But don't go back. It seems like it was better because you are distant from it. Don't go back. I feel like a lot of us can relate to this, being the feeling of being in the middle, feeling like you're trapped between your past and your desired future self, battling with feelings of going back to what's comfortable because you're uncomfortable. No one likes to be uncomfortable. No one wants to be in the middle. Malcolm didn't want to be the middle child. Kids and adults argue and get upset when deciding on who gets in the middle, on airplanes. Who wants to sit in the middle? I wish I would sit in the middle. I'm not sitting in the middle with no damn body on no airplane. I'm not about to be enclosed between two people with no armrests. Because you really don't have armrests. I don't care what nobody say. The middle seat don't have armrests. I'm sure that's true because everybody knows the person on the aisle finna be, the person on the window, it's like you not have it. Unless you try to Devo. Okay, I did have to sit in the middle seat one time. And I was, never again. It was one time. But I'm saying, I did was the one person I was kind of saying, we about to share this armrest today or you finna move. But okay, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like, no one likes to be in the middle. It's an uncomfortable feeling. No one likes to be uncomfortable. But we need to be okay with being in the middle. Because if you're not uncomfortable, you don't grow. You don't grow when you're comfortable. You have to be uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's not supposed to be easy. No one likes to be uncomfortable, but you have to get used to being uncomfortable. There is greater in front of you. The promised land is there. I know it feels uncomfortable in the middle, but don't go back. Don't go back. Don't go back. And that's what I keep telling myself. Like, literally, that's what I've been saying a lot to myself. Like, don't go back. Don't go back. I pick up my phone sometimes. I think about sending that text. I think about, texting those people, doing the things that I, doing something that I know is not necessarily beneficial for me. And I just have to keep telling myself, don't go back. Don't go back. Because, it's just like, you can't go back. You cannot go back because there is greater in front of you. The promised land is there. And I know it feels uncomfortable being in the middle, but you cannot go back. You cannot let being uncomfortable be an excuse for you going back to your old ways. It's so much easier to romanticize the past because the distance from it makes you think it was more beautiful than it was. Because now that you're distance from it, now that you're changing, now that you're in that process of being uncomfortable, now you're in that process of change, and right now you're uncomfortable. The past sure damn looks good. I mean, I really, I know what I'm going for, but shit, the past, I need a break. I'm tired. I'm overworked. I'm stressed. Or I feel like, or you just don't think change is coming fast enough. You can't. Of course, the past is going to look better, but you cannot go back. The enemy will make you think that it wasn't that bad. Like, come on. Either way it goes, but you cannot listen to that. Say things like, he or she wasn't always that emotionally abusive. Oh, he didn't always put his hands on me. Oh, she didn't always do this. He didn't always do that. Oh, well, they still did it, and they did it repeatedly. And right now, you're just uncomfortable. And you're looking back at your past. And it's kind of like giving yourself an excuse to go back. That sounds like an excuse to go back to me. But you cannot go back. Don't go back. Don't go back. You have to know you cannot go back because there is greater in front of you. This is the last thing I'm going to say, and then I am going to end this video out. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That helps me out a lot, and I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments, like, how you feeling. Like, comment in the comments. Don't go back. Don't go back. Don't go back. The greatest challenge of your life is when you're in the middle. The greatest challenge of your life is when you're in the middle. The greatest challenge of your life is when you're in the middle. And you decide to reject the voice of the enemy telling you to go back and to continue. And you ignore that voice. You defeat it. And you continue to walk forward by faith. You continue to walk in the direction that you know is your desired future self, in that direction that's going to set your future desired self up for success. If you're in the middle, just keep on walking. Don't go back. Keep on walking. Keep on trusting there is greater in front of you than what is behind you. Keep on trusting that there is greater in front of you than what is behind you. Don't go back. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. Keep on walking. Hey, just keep on walking. Never keep talking. Just keep on walking. Hey, I'm gonna keep on walking. Yeah. But no, for real, y'all, keep on walking. You cannot go back. For real. You cannot go back. Don't go back. You gotta stand on business. Stand on business. Don't go back. For real. Don't go back. Don't go back, y'all. All right, y'all, now.